Welcome back to our physics class. So up to last class we were discussing about reflection, mirrors, reflection, mirror formula, magnification, ray diagram for mirrors, all those things we completed. Now we are moving to the next one, that is refraction of light. So now we will discuss about the refraction of light. Now when light is moving from one medium to another medium, what is the meaning of medium? That is, air is a medium, water is another medium, glass is another medium. Like that we have different medium. So when light is moving from one medium to another medium, the light will bend. And you may have noticed the examples for that one. The simplest example you can see here, this one contains water. So the light is passing through the water. Inside this one, when the light comes inside, you can see the light is bending little bit. Now you see here, I am using a pen here. When I put this pen inside, you can see at this point, the light is bending. It is the pen directly how the pen supposed to be there. It is not like that. There is a bend in this one. So when the pen is inside this water, there is a bend for that one. This bending happens because light is bending when it is moving from one medium to another medium. This bending of light, when it travels from one medium to another medium, that is called as refraction. The bending of light when it is moving from one medium to another medium, that is called as refraction. Now, we have so much examples for this one. If you just this one I see, and again if you look at a water body, something like a pond or something, the depth which you are seeing will be different from the actual depth. And we have so much examples. If you think about this light, many places you are seeing these examples. Now, one example we can practically check that one. That is when the light is passing through a glass slab. So this is a glass slab. You can see that this glass slab is having a particular length, width, and a thickness also. Now, the thickness of the glass slab means if you hold it like this is the thickness because light is passing like this, okay. And if you hold it like this is the thickness of the glass slab because light is passing through this one like this. Now, when the light is passing through this one, the light will bend. So, how the light is bending? For that one, we have an experiment. For that one, this one we have to keep our paper which is fixed on a board, and we have to use two pins so that we will check how the light comes. So, you can find out in which way the light is bending. So, for that one experiment is there. So, we will do that experiment now. Okay. So, we are going to start the experiment. So, in this experiment, you have a drawing board here. On the drawing board, one paper is fixed using drawing pins. 4 drawing pins. Using that one paper is fixed. And after that we have to draw something, just a little bit part I already done. So how to draw this much part I will explain first. So what you are supposed to do is, I will take another paper and tell you. So you are, after fixing the paper like this, you have to keep the glass slab like this. And you have to draw all the 4 sides for the glass slab. All the 4 sides you have to, I am doing it fast, you have to do very much carefully. Because this experiment are optical experiments, so the accuracy is very important. So all the 4 sides are drawn like this, very perfect. We have to make it using scale. You have to connect all these things. Now you take a point which is little bit away from the center toward this side. You put a point here, and you use a protractor to find out where is the 90 degree from here it is coming. So you have to draw a normal there. Okay, you have to do it using a protractor. You have to do. So you will get a perpendicular like this. Okay, so not to directly draw like this, you have to use the protractor and you have to find exactly the 90 degree there, and you have to draw a normal here like this. Now from this normal you have to take a particular angle. For example, you have to take a 45 degree. Then you have to draw a line at 45 degree like this. So you will get such a shape. Now this is what I already done and kept here. Okay, so I made 45 degree here, and the normal by measuring exact 90 degree I done. Now what we have to do is, we have to take this glass slab and keep exactly how it was there. That way you have to keep in the exact position. 1 millimeter also should not change. Now we have to take this one as the incident ray. So if this is incident ray, we have to fix 2 pins like these pins which we are using the office pin. It is called as office pin. You have to fix 2 pins on this line by a distance. Actually you are supposed to keep it as a 10 centimeter and all. So if that much is not possible, at least 5 centimeter away you keep 2 pins. Okay, you have to keep 2 pins like this on that line. Now what you have to do is you have to check in which way this light is coming. For that one you have to look from this side here. From this side from this side you have to look to that side. So that what happens is when you are looking from here, actually I am sitting here and looking there. So my eye level is in this level now. Okay, my eye is here. Okay, you are not able to see me, but my eye level is like this. So I am holding here and I am holding here and I am looking in which way that 2 images is coming to see what I am doing. I have a pin like this here in my hand. So I have to look inside this glass slab so that I can see these 2 pins inside this glass slab. So when I am looking from here, I am seeing in a particular line. So in the same line I will fix this pin also. So I am fixing this pin in such a way that I am seeing that 2 pins and this pin in the same line when I am looking inside. Okay, so what you are seeing from outside and what I am seeing from inside will be different because the light is bending here. And the second one also, second pin also, in the same line I am fixing here. Okay, so this part is over now. Now after doing this one, remaining part is to draw. Okay, now we have 4 pins like this. So now I am removing this one, and where the 4 pins were there, I have to mark that one. This is P1, this is pin P2, and next here this is P3, and here I had P4. Now what I have to do is, here I have to connect these two pins how it was there. So there I have to draw a line like this. So my ray was coming like this. Now you see here, actually the ray is supposed to come in this way. So this is the direction of incident ray. The incident ray is supposed to come like this, but it came by bending like this here. So it was bending like this here. Now you see here, this is angle of incidence I, and if I extend this one like this is angle of refraction R. You are seeing from the other side, you should remember that one. And here also I can draw the normal like this. So you know these two are parallel. So if this one is R, this also will be R. And this angle is called as angle of emergence E. So this is I and this is E. So what we can see here is the angle I is equal to angle E. That is, angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. That's what we can see from this one. And along with this one, we can see that this incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel. Incident ray and emergent ray are parallel. And here there is a distance between this one. This is called as the lateral shift. Okay, so it is shifting from here to here. Lateral means it is towards this side. That's why it is called as lateral shift. In the experiment, you have seen that when the light is passing through a glass slab, it is bending, and you better see the path of light was like this. Here you can see the ray is coming like this, and this is angle of incidence, and you see here it is bending towards this side. That is, it is bending towards the normal here, and it is going like this, and here we can see from the normal it is bending away. So this angle is called as angle of incidence, and this angle is called as angle of refraction. And this one is called as angle of refraction only, because these two are same, these two are parallel. Okay, and this is called as angle of emergence. And what we have noticed there is angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence in the case of refraction. Now see here, this medium in this experiment, this medium was air and this one was glass. So what actually happens here is, here the speed of light is different in these two medium. Okay, so this medium like air, that medium we will call as rarer medium. Okay, so this rarer medium means the medium where the speed of light is less. Sorry, the speed of light is more, and the medium where the speed of light is more, that is called as denser medium. Okay, this is called as denser medium. So we have rarer medium and we have denser medium. So comparing with air, glass is a denser medium. Comparing with air, water is a denser medium. And comparing with water, glass is a denser medium. So this density is optical density. This is not related with the normal mass density. Okay, don't confuse that one. What we are discussing here, density, that is called as optical density. That is not depending on the mass and volume. This density depends on the speed of light in that particular medium. And when we study something called refractive index in the next class, there we will study more about this one. One thing you should remember, if you take two medium, we can classify one as denser medium and one as rarer medium. So denser medium means where the speed of light is less, that is called as denser medium, and where the speed of light is more, that is called as rarer medium. Now in this one you might have noticed a very important thing. Here when glass is there and top you have air, so when the light is coming from a rarer medium to denser medium, it will bend towards the normal. That is very, very important. When it is coming from denser medium to rarer medium, it is supposed to go like this here, but it is bending towards the normal. So when the light is coming from rarer medium to denser medium, it will bend towards the normal. Now here you see, when the light is moving from rarer medium to denser medium to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. So this bending in which direction, whether it will bend towards the normal or it will bend away from the normal, that depends on whether it is coming from denser medium to rarer medium or rarer medium to denser medium. Now for this refraction, just like reflection, we have some laws. There we had laws of reflection. So here it will be naturally laws of refraction. So there also we had two parts. Here also we have two parts. And here the first part is similar to the second part of law of reflection. So the first part of law of refraction says that the incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal to the interface with this point. Okay. So the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal to the interface of two transparent media at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Same meaning, this is normal, this is our incident ray, this is refracted ray. So these all are in the same plane. That is, if you look like this, it will be in straight line. Okay, all should be in the normal, incident ray, refracted ray, all should be in the same plane. Should be in the same plane like this. Okay, so that is the meaning of that one. It is similar to the second part of law of reflection. But there it was reflection, here it is refraction. That is the difference. Now, the second part of this law of reflection is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the angle of refraction is a constant. That is, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. That is, sine I by sine R is a constant. And this constant is called as refractive index, or sine I by sine R is n, or refractive index. Okay, so second part of law of reflection is sine I by sine R is a constant. Sine I by sine R is a constant. Okay, that is this part, second part is also called as Snell's law. Okay, the second part, that is sine I by sine R is a constant. The second part of our law of refraction, that is also called as Snell's law. S-N-E-L-L, Snell's law. Okay, so this sine theta, cos theta and all this sine theta, what is the meaning of sine I and all? I think you have might have studied in maths. If you not studied, this year you will study. Okay, So sin I by sin r is a constant, and this is called as our Snell's law. So we discussed how the light is passing through the glass slab. The same we have experiment also. Practically you have to do that one. This glass slab what I shown just now. Like that you also have to draw for different angle of incidence, and how much will be the lateral shift, how much it is shifting, that you have to measure also. So now next class we will discuss more about refraction. So first you make sure you know the basics of refraction, that is the laws of refraction. Then what is denser medium, what is rarer medium, when light is moving from denser to rarer, where it will bend, rarer to denser, where it will bend, and what is Snell's law, all those things you study, so that the remaining we will do in the next class.